Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm Sheldon Bartlett Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. I hope you all are doing well. Happy Tuesday to all of you. It is Taco Tuesday. That's on the agenda for the Rumor household today. I just need some guac, I think that's what I need. I just am craving it. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to have some tacos today. I don't know what you guys are going to have for dinner. I shouldn't even be thinking about dinner since it's only 11 o'clock in the morning, but I hope you guys are doing well. This Is It Network connects remarkable women with inspiring stories in the effort for all of you to find your voice, to no longer whisper your wishes, but to in fact scream your dream. I hope that all of you are living well and doing well each and every day. I know that it is a difficult state of affairs out there, and it's supposed to be, it's my phone in the way, it's supposed to be, what is it supposed to be doing? It is supposed to be snowing in the East Coast. I am based in Sewell, New Jersey, in the tri-state market here in the East Coast, Philadelphia, Delaware, New Jersey. Hello, Linda. How are you? But yeah, it's supposed to be storming. But we've all been in a permanent snow day, so whatever. Just gonna be here making sure we got enough of everything. I might be doing some baking. I got some bananas I gotta work on. So yeah, so how are you guys gonna take advantage of that snow day, even though I know all of us have been living in a snow day for quite some time, But today I'm going to talk about changes, and not so much, making changes as much as actually participating in change. Not so much of dealing with changes as actually taking upon change, about changing things. About stepping out of our norm, about stepping out of the way in which we do things currently and being willing to change. So when I say that, I mean that to say, if you want things to change in your life, you must change them. And so I know that that's not simplistic in its nature. You're like, okay, Sheldon, if I wanted to change things, I just don't know how. But I think the first thing is addressing that you want change in the first place. I think the first thing is saying, I no longer want to feel like this. Right? I no longer want to be in this mood, in this way. I no longer want to not make X amount of dollars. I no longer want to be, I am so uncomfortable in this space. I'm willing to be uncomfortable to get out of this space. Because nothing changes if nothing changes. Right? And so what we want to do is we want to make sure that there's change. We want to make sure that things are moving forward. We want to make sure that you get yourself in the way and plan to get yourself not only in the mindset, but truly wrap your mind around what your change is going to look like. And be prepared to make that change, right? Be prepared to do the work in order to feel better moving forward. In order to do the work, in order for things to actually change, not to talk about change, right? How many of you have been talking about things changing in your life, personally, professionally? I want to, I need to, we should. All of these things, writing them down in those lists that I dread, those to-do lists that I can't stand, because we have to live in the today of things, right? It's time for us to understand that change. Yes, Candy. It's time for us to be okay, not being okay, but in that way that we want to move forward. Change is good. Change is good. I'm lucky. I'm on the East Coast, and I still appreciate the changing of the seasons. And something happens when those leaves fall. Something happens when the snow begins to join us. Something happens when those seasons change. Right? When you go from scarves to flip-flops, even though the weather these days seems to be all so crazy, there's something about the change of the seasons. I'm old enough to remember putting away your winter clothes. I'm old enough to understand reorganizing your closet when the weather is about to change for us on the East Coast. There's some anticipation and excitement in that change. Looking forward to the spring and the summer and the winter and the fall. There's an excitement in the change of things. Right? And we're diving into this holiday season because it isn't normal. It isn't like our day-to-day, not because of quarantine and COVID. That's not what I'm talking about. Like when we anticipate holidays, whether it be Thanksgiving, non-traditional or traditional, when we anticipate the holidays because it's a change of our routine. It's about changing things up and gives us something to look forward to. But if we don't change, nothing changes. We are living in a space where we want more for ourselves, for our lives. We want more for our businesses, for our family, for our colleagues. We want more for this world, right? And for this country. We want more, right? We want more, but nothing changes if nothing changes. If our mindset stays the same, if the conversations that we have turn into speeches, and we don't listen as much as we talk, nothing will change. Nothing will change in your life, in your business, in your home, in your environment, amongst your colleagues, or amongst your friends. Change is good. Like the changing of the seasons, it's something to be welcomed. It's something to prepare for. As we fold up those scarves and put away, those winter coats, and we hope for flip-flops and sunglasses, those types of things, that change, that anticipation, the same thing should happen in your life as you prepare for change. Because change is an action. It's not just a hope. It's not something that you wish to happen. It's something that you actively participate in. Changing things over, right? It's like remaking a bed, right? It's about putting your sheets in the wash. It's like ripping it all off and starting anew. Change is good. Change is good. Change is fresh, right? Change is fresh. And it affords you the ability not only to appreciate the things in which you are about to change, but to look forward to living anew. And I think that is part of it for me. And sometimes I don't take my own advice as much as I would like to. And sometimes, and I've also said to you multiple times, that this is for me as much as it is a gift for all of you. It's for me to remember that change is good. And that if I want things to change, if I want my economic reach to change, if I want my community to get larger, if I want for the quality of the content that I produce to get better, that I've got to change. I've got to make changes. And when I say this, I'm not talking about reinventing the wheel. I'm talking about little steps to make a big impact. I'm talking about little pieces of change that can really create enormous results. I'm talking about looking at things a little bit differently, or looking at things at all, right? So many of us are navigating this space just avoiding the things that are broken. How many of us, whether it be physically or mentally, avoiding the things that are broken? That hip is going to hurt and it's fine. I'll just live with it. The website isn't exactly how I like for it to be, but I don't have time to address it. And we just leave it. Things that can be easily changed. Things that should be changed, even if it isn't easy, we avoid it because change is uncomfortable. If I change it, even though it's broken, the thing don't even work. But the thought of changing this broken thing is scarier than living with it broken. That is a problem. A lot of us are living in a broken space. Things are not working, but we don't want to change. Things are not, in our favor, but we don't want to mess with it. In fear that it will be worse. But you are settling in things that don't work, settling in things that don't make any sense, just because you don't want to necessarily change. You want to hope to change. You want to pray to change, but you want to take the steps to change. Change is an action. Change isn't a hope. It isn't a wish. It is the things in which you must do in order to be able to move forward. We need to change things up for our businesses, personally, professionally. We need to change things up. And we have the ability to do that. We have the ability to do that together. You can do that by yourself with, again, like I always like to say, my Pinot Grigio and some Netflix, a piece of paper and a pen, and I begin to develop the way in which I'm going to change my life and the things in which I'm looking to do and how I'm going to take steps closer to what it is that I want. I won't get closer to what it is that I want doing the same damn thing. I won't get closer what it is that I want to what it is that I want. Replaying the same sad movie when I know how it ends. It's time to change things up. It's time to give yourself the courage, give yourself enough encouragement in order to be able to move forward into a new direction. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So we must create some change for this 2021 year. Now, I understand that there are so many things outside of your control, but the things in which we can control, it is time to change them up. You can do that. You can make that work. You can change the way you tell your story. You can change the way that you share your story with the world. If it isn't working, my loves, if it's broken, it's time to change it up. Stop putting that book underneath that table when you should just get a new table. It's time to make those changes. It's time to stop living with things not being settled or not being clear or not being, advantageous to you. It's important that we recognize where we stand today in its imperfections and be able to say, okay, what am I going to do to change this? What am I going to do to be better tomorrow than I am today? What changes do I need to make? And again, like I said, these changes don't need to be grandiose. They don't need to be gigantic. You don't need to move across the world. They can be small steps in the right direction. But some change is needed, my friends. And I know some of you, it is resonating with you. You can hear me. I know that this is the case. You know that things need to be changed, but you're nervous as to how to do it. It's just one small step in the right direction. It's one small step at a time. It is not going to happen overnight. It is something that you work on each and every day, but the change is necessary in order for you to get closer to what it is that you want. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So today we're going to focus on the little things that we need to change. I know that the little things that I've got to change, the way I communicate, not only to you, but internally in what it is that I'm doing, the projects, the way in which my morning routine runs. And I've done little changes, right? I've been skipping my workout in the morning because I've been prioritizing other things. That needs to change. In order for me to be my healthiest self, I need to change X amount of things. It's about recognizing what you are doing. Does it serve you? Do you want it to serve you more? What needs to change? It's not this grandiose thing that weighs heavy on your shoulders or something that you are looking to avoid. This is something you want to address. Little changes to make that big impact. Little changes to get you closer to what you want. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So today I'm going to encourage you to change. Embrace change and live in intention when doing so, in hopes that you find your voice, in hopes that you tell your story, in hopes that you no longer whisper your wishes, but you in fact scream your dream. I'm Sheldon Bartlett Rumor, and this is it. It's time to change. This is it Network connects remarkable women to inspiring stories. We do that through our growing community, our engaging content, and our real connections. Please, please, please follow, fan, and like us everywhere you find at This Is It TV, and log on to thisisItTV.com for more information. If you think that someone in your life needed to hear this, please share our Scream Your Dream community with them, and make sure that they know that they can tune in Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock Eastern. I'd love to see you. Again, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure that you begin to change the small things, my friends, that can make a huge impact. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock Eastern. Take care.